don't see any other option. It's time to arrest this poor old man. He gave us a confession. The old man stares despondently at the logs, like he's forgotten you're there. Josef Lilianovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of Ellis Courtney. What? The old man's eyes filled with sudden unexpected terror at the words. But you said I would be taken to the... This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting. Wind picks up around you. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Those shivers of waves appear. Lieutenant continues, like an incantation. Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution, and you will be given legal counsel within 1 week, and you must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand? But... Kim, he's afraid. No, I don't want to. I have to stay here. He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror. The reeds again! He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Wait. There's no way I'm gonna get this, but... Oh, I got it! There it is again, to your north! As it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper. Stalks, rubbing against each other, but then, in the middle of it, something completely different. Sounds like a bow, or what? Very, very slowly being drawn. Oh, a bow, very, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes. And then it's gone, drowned out by the lieutenant's voice. Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. Shush, Kim, do you hear that? What? What are you talking about? Is this... The old man's voice drowns in a sudden gust of wind. Really, your skin crawls. What the fuck is going on? The hell is that? That's... Oh! Oh, it's so big! I'm going to vomit. That is eldritch scum. What is that thing? Insulindian phasmid. Look at fucking Kim. A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfold from the reeds, limb by limb. And then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. Blink. It's still there. An unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, chitin, hovering in place. What is that? The old man looks at the reeds, then at you. What are you talking about? A giant stick insect? There's nothing there. He looks confused. Stick insect is over 3 meters tall. Looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand rise instinctively. There is! I see it! Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds. Kim, can you see it? I can see it. 4 simple words. Thank God! If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there. Spinning. Slowly. In absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender. Be very, very careful. Lieutenant whispers and takes a step forward to the giant arthropod. I mean, are you friggin' kidding me?
What do you want from me? I can't go.
It's right there, can you see it? He doesn't finish the sentence. 1 letter is all he can produce. His hands are numb and he stares at him. Nothing. Nothing is what he tried to say. There is nothing. Only the reeds for him. The reeds and devastation. Kim, you want to talk about this, buddy? Yes, yeah, perfectly normal reaction. Let's move. Oh my God! Does it talk? The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antenna hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. No, I don't like that. It's no more than 5 steps away from you, I'm going to expel horrible fluids so you guys have my voice at least as best as it can be right now for this. And we're back. Sorry about that. The segmented antennae move with that apprehension, searching for something that's not there. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. Why do I need electrochemistry for this? Something I have none of. Your corpse will be marked by stars, excuse me? Laid the pheromone on. Oh, is that why? Sorry, my voice is going a bit. It's, the hiss is different from the strings you heard before. Is this something else? At a lower pitch. Listen. Tick, tick, tick. Hiss. Hiss. Be afraid. You smell wrong. This is the Insulindian phasmid. Lieutenant whispers behind you. You can hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping. Slowly. Painstakingly so. You glance over your shoulder. Man holds a piece of milled aluminium. Dude, no! Begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's the camera. Are you sure you won't scare it off?
No one will believe us.
He continues to pull the lens open. From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fill your ear. Stop. Let me approach it first.
Fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera, but does not put it down. He's letting his pride get in the way. You see a phasmid turn to him. Its mandible antennae reaching out. The motions are quick. Sudden. Can you imagine how this thing reproduces? Can you imagine this thing fucking? I don't want to see that. Who cares what they think, Kim?
Of course.
The spindly mechanism turns it. You know what? I want you to do it, though. Oh, I saved recently. Fuck it. Go on, take the picture. With the sound of metal sliding against metal, the lieutenant reveals the lens. Glass glints in his hand as he begins to slide in an ampoule. You see the phasmid turn to him, blah, 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 the same thing. Something cracks in the lieutenant.
Produce a loud hiss. You're right. It could scare it away. I need a better moment when it's not looking.
Fair enough. Oh, wait. I'm on standby, he thinks. His hands getting sweaty around the machine. Say something to it. Quietly. Something like... You exist. Sudden chirrup fills the air. The walking stick moves its whole body. A walking stick moves its whole body. The limbs working independently of each other. Like the parts of a masterfully constructed machine. This music as well. Oh, it moves just an inch closer to you. Or does it only feel like it does? We must approach. I should probably put my gun and massive multi-tool away. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps towards the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter. Sort of happiness. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you. To take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Good thing I showered. Don't I still smell slightly of death? Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like droplets of water. It's smelling me. Maybe it is real. The pheromone. The lieutenant's mouth is agape. About now, he's ready to believe anything. The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The ventricles at its abdomen continue expanding like lunglets, breathing you in. Your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze. Raise your hand slowly. The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence. Raise the other hand too. As you do, the invertebrate comes to life. its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. Like they're a white stalk, they are white like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you, praying to you. That's right, pray. Unwittingly, the insect continues its stridulations. As it moves, tuft-like structures, still pretending to be plants, rustle along on its joints. Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am. No reply. A total, ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. Stridulation of its limbs continue all around you. Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely. You are right. Little bubbles form on the mouthparts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip, and looks to be foaming slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. Kim, it's foaming. Careful, it may be poisonous. Lieutenant watches you apprehensively. The foam slowly turns a darkish shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouthparts, masticating. Little bubbles begin to burst, one by one. Spoke to the hanged man. Did not give up on the phasmid. Nosed of the it's trying to make me, not see it! What are you doing, you little shit? I exist. I exist too. Tell me, what is it like to you? If I tell you, what will happen? Then I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it's a fire. Burning. Fire. Where? Inside. In the city, all around. On the horizon. Pale fire. This thing we're both sensing is coming to an end. Nah, inside, fuck it. I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is not even blood, but lymph, like sap from a wine palm. Now I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it's a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness being intruded upon. Transient, dim, moist. Intruded upon. By what? Shapes of plants and animals, internal sensations, a swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms, all speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I am nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument. Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation. Even when you're sleeping, and when you wake, carried around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great mute empathy for you. It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together. It must be incredibly hard. The arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we are watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, insects will be looking on, rooting for you. And when you fall, we will come to raise you up, bud from you, banner-like blossom from you, and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me. I'm just a leaf-eater. In honor of your will, Lieutenant Euphrasia, and you kept from falling apart in the face of sheer terror. Day after day, second after second. Detective. Arriving on the scene. I am a detective. So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect? Also that. I was born to detect you. Yes, no one detected me for such a long time. For thousands of years I dithered out of sight, draped myself in greenery. This is my masterpiece. No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Till you came, detective. Dripping of blood, it smells like strawberries. It's the calm sea. First in 1,000 years. Is this a dream? What is happening? No, you're awake. I'm real. Light is forming me. This is real. Where does this come from? All this, around us, the world! Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lilies. We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god, of course not. And all we can do is beat our fists against it? Day after day, no answer? You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or a reed. What exactly are you? I'm an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindian Isola. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and buoys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers of the land and surveyors of the suzerain, also by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminoles Islanders who came here first, but did not say, have not seen me. I've stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, till I was suddenly, accidentally discovered by a detective of the Citizens Militia in Revachol, district of Martinez. March 51. That's insane. No, you are. The moral of our encounter is I'm a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are total, extreme madness, volatile simian nervous system ominously new to the planet. The Pale, too, came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Synodarians do not. Radially symmetrics do not. There's almost an unanimous agreement between birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all. Wait, the Pale is human-made? It's a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. Great unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind. I don't have that kind of power. You are a violent, irrepressible miracle. A vacuum of cosmos, and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Given enough time, you would wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident. How? We suspect it will be wiped. It will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out our anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse. Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts. Worse how? Everything your eyes touch goes back there. I'm the nerve mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day? Or just forget? Have I always thought this way? No. You're only thinking it now. This is a revelation. But I want to blink and undo 12 billion years of matter expansion. I have already forgotten the world once. I drank too much. I'll be extra careful not to blink, stick insect. Don't worry. Please be. One day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed. Hey Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure? It doesn't look like that, no. What does it look like? I'm just staring at it, he whispers. And I think I'm having a vision of the final fate of mankind. Okay. After a second, the lieutenant asks, is it somehow related to the case? Sort of. I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species. I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all. No. There is one more. Of all the creatures I've met, you're the most beautiful. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class. What woman? You cannot lie to me. Behind you it smells of fires, so awfully far you were prepared to go in. You were prepared to go in her presence. End it. I will try. She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that. Okay, Kim. Take the picture. Okay. With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level. There's no change in the insect's motion. While it's being aimed by the camera, it remains fixated on you. In 3, the man whispers, his voice is tense. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wow. That's the end of the world. The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like a blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned towards the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. Stands frozen before you. The sweat on your arms feels cold as ice. As if you're frozen as well. In the shadow of this giant statue of chitinous marble. And they got it. Hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky. And you is a shadow before it. Immortalized. For all time. Slowly reach out and carefully pet its scythe-like forearm. The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You can feel a soft push. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over, its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. Run your hand up the slender limb. Higher, please don't jack off the terrifying spider monster. Does it have 8 dicks? Do spiders have 8 dicks? Probably. A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system. There is some kind of countdown happening, as it slowly processes the overwhelming brightness of the signal. The invertebrate is regaining control. The stimulus overloaded it. It's passing, like an extended moment or a gallstone. Touch the creature's whisker. The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you can barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of poison ivy. Touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish, surprisingly delicate. The curly end of a whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet. Be careful, detective. It's moving. Look at your finger. You're right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen. Lick your finger? Tastes like sugar. Very faint. The arthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike. Odorless. Mostly comprised of water. Thank you, taste perception. Very rare we have to use you. We got it. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you. Disengage slowly. As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water. The long limbs carry its feather weight without breaking its surface. That was the last thing I would ever have expected. The fuck? That started out as like a vague side diversion, like sessions ago, finding the fucking cryptid. And just like that, it's gone. Skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing there among the reeds. Collection of items. And it's gone. It took Classier's fucking buoy, didn't it? The lieutenant looks to the north, with his hand raised to his brow. Excuse me. He can walk on water? Apparently, yes. Like a strider only. No, like a strider. Only, he shakes his head with amazement. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Yeah, it's like Eldritch Jesus. What's that, in the reeds? He squints. Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look. What now? What now? The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash, and it's dirty and black. In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state. Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him. But not before we have a look at everything here. Oh my god, it's the fucking helmet, of course. And there's the scope. Shit me, man. Fucking hell. Brother, you've managed to collect all the armor pieces. Too bad it's too late for the big showdown. Yeah, don't think this helmet would have helped me anyway. Look down at your wound. Ah, it would have looked very impressive. Still, you found it all. Now your mortal coil is completely protected. Few cops are this futuristic. I truly am invincible, huh? And his Classier's passport. Very strange. Do I even want this on? I mean, I much prefer my hat. I assume that's where it goes. Yeah, we look fucking stupid, man. I don't really like it. A fighter, not a lover. Yeah, and that's lowering my suggestion like shitloads. Ah, fuck it. This monstrous-looking, bug-eyed ceramic helmet was in the phasmid's nest. It has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater. But it's otherwise wearable. Not exactly comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it yet, but I'm not going to take it off. Oh, fuck. No. Save. Look at the damn passport, of course. This well-traveled passport with visas stamped in it is issued by the Republic of Oranje. You found it in the phasmid's nest on the island. You can open it for more details. This passport, issued by the Sovereign Republic of Oranje, is issued to a black-haired woman called Katarzyna Elassier. Elassier's hidden documents. The lieutenant looks at it in your hands, from the empty buoy. Look at the photo. It's Classier, with short black hair and glasses. She looks boyish, younger, somehow. An old photo, before life came and did what it does. What was this doing in the phasmid's nest? Maybe our man Mr. Droz took it from Glacier, or whatever her name was, Glacier's, or whatever her name was, hiding place, or perhaps for some, I think the phasmid took it. Like a magpie? He looks around. What a coincidence. And it would also have collected the other objects, which would be highly unusual. You can see how the helmet could wash up on the island, and the scope. Maybe Mr. Dross lost it, but to seek out this would be very unusual behavior for an anthropod. Would it? Maybe it was simply curious. A curious octopus would do something similar. Or even a cudelda fish. Whatever the fuck that... Cudelda fish. Whatever. Perhaps it was curious. Like an octopus. An octopus belongs to a different class. It's not even an insect. It's a mollusk. But yes, I see your point. It says Katarzyna Elasier. He opens his notes. She said it would be for Anouk Meyerschmidt. Anouk Meyerschmidt. Katarzyna Elasier was supposed to be a real name. Where's Classier where Classier comes, remember? God damn it! I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else in this right now in another city. Katarzyna Elasier was supposed to be a real name. She lied to us. Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us one more time. In a way, still lying to us right now. The lieutenant smiles. What's her real name then? I don't know, but it's not Katarzyna Elasier, or Classier, or Anouk Meyerschmidt. We didn't even scratch the surface with her, detective. He looks east. Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her. Who knows what hell she'd be raising in my district by now. The winds are silent. Streets are empty of her. She's no longer in the city of Rebeshaw. I must say, for, such a big endgame object, we didn't really gather too much else from that. We knew she was a fucking filthy liar.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now. Sir, how could you not see the phasmid? See. He stares into the reeds and falls silent. Mr. Dross? The man does not respond. He keeps staring. Black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking. With fear and longing. Snap your fingers under his nose. A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling as he breathes slowly. He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The lieutenant inspects him gently. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Dross? The trembling mouth appears to sigh. Between this and the broken tire he used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here. While we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. What has happened to this man? Old age and shock. He looks at him, then you. I think it's the phasmid. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid. Combined stress, he looks at you. But you think it's something more than that, don't you? There's much more. Remember what he said when it spoke. Quite a few things about that health check you did on him. Makes sense now. You couldn't see it, Kim. It just reads for him. That could be part of his shock, but you're right. Something is off here. Mr. Dross? No response. Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden for all these years. Then how did we see it? He thinks. Oh, you mean whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks. Sightings are brief, intense, not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it... Yeah. Forget it's there. The lieutenant inspects the man. Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The old man stutters. The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse. Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated. He nods. He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse. Perhaps this animation is induced by something in the phasmid. He does not seem to be animated now, once it's left. He looks to the sea. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? He's 3 meters tall. He takes off his glasses and cleans them. When he puts them back on, he's still staring at the sea. He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it in its company? He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe. He looks at his notebook. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. He shakes his head in disbelief. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo. No one would believe you without it. We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross. He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should. Tap on the helmet on your head. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left wherever he is. If Kuno kicked it into the sea as he said he did, the ebb would pull it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have even picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible. Show him the Oranyesi passport. No reaction. His breathing is slow and he appears very old all of a sudden. Around 80. Did you take this passport and the other papers from a buoy on the coast? He blinks and continues to stare at the reeds. The spirit. He hears us. The spirit? No reply. He's gone again. Try something else. We got him back for a moment. Show him the detached scope. He turns his eyes to it. I lost. You lost him, Mr. Dross? He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes. He lost the scope, then it somehow made its way over there, with the help of a magpie phasmid. The lieutenant observes lens sparkle in your hand. This sight is a T9. Mr. Dross, was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot? Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being. I'm gonna let you rest now, Mr. Dross. Plastic cape flaps around his face. In a gust of wind, his back is slouched and his mouth open. Hang tight. We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here if we don't take too long. I don't know what to say. All I can say is my voice is very much going, for fuck's sake, god damn it, being ill. I don't want to, cut it here, though. But even that was difficult to say. Excuse me. Hopefully by tomorrow we will be back to our regular scheduled programming. But until then, I am a corpse, and it will have to be dealt with as such. Treat me like I'm dead, please. Alright. Out we go. What the fuck just happened? I mean, what is even in our fucking... What's this? Use the boat to return to mainland. Are we gonna have the radio? Are we gonna, do another one of those? Because in which case, I'll allow it. If we're just leaving here and... Hell, I don't even know what we would do. I guess go to fucking... Oh, maybe the other officers of ours from the 41st. 43rd? 41st, right? Yeah. Hopefully them. And that way we won't have to wait days for backup, because this guy is very much dead. Otherwise. Well, hopefully you guys don't really mind my, more reserved commentary in such an ending like this. I don't know what to say. This game has just been one of the most unique things I've ever experienced. The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock. Let's return to the mainland, Kim. Let's. We are done here, he says, adjusting his glasses as he looks out over the water. The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland, waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff. They must be absolutely terrified of me. I left, got absolutely wasted, and became by far the most terrifying cop in the fucking precinct. Look at my armor! What did I do wrong? Oh, you're Jean-Vic Khmer. Okay, I thought it was the hair dude. Says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly, his expression changes, and he tilts his head.
Teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear. but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it.
You'd
Also,
be surprised,
you
buddy.
idiot.
Okay, go fuck yourself. Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling Rags. But where are his sunglasses? Oh, okay, so it is the same guy. I thought so. Wait, you're the man with sunglasses.
Right. And you're some kind of murder machine.
The armor? No one else seems bothered by it.
They don't seem bothered by it. That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Yeah, I'm a cop in a
Actually,
goddamn exoskeleton.
Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on. It's hard to tell.
Fuck you, man. Forget about all this. Oh, they don't need to hear that right now. Who are you people?
I'm Trent Heidelstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Not fucking
I'm
you.
your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Mar. And this is
God,
your
that's awful
special
voice
task
acting.
force.
Why don't you just let me do it?
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein. Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We have
Hi.
come to strip what's left of you off the pavement.
I've been doing fucking good, you
Lieutenant
pieces of shit.
Suragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to
We'll
justify
back
your
into help
actions.
with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence, as if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a
This is
naughty
clearly a
boy.
departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it
Although he
among
is a naughty
yourselves.
boy. Lieutenant! Thank you,
To meet
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
She says warmly, flashing Kim the tiniest of smiles, letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you. Forget about all this. There's a
Not
giant...
forgetting about anything. Look at you.
He points at you with both hands. Why? What is this
I'm
about?
here to help you. Trant, I believe this is...
Oh, is this just an intervention? Because that's fine. This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond idiotic. You should never address her using those
I
words
don't
again.
quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Oh, I see. Shit kid. What an interesting moniker. What's a shit kid? You shit kid. That's you. Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the phasmid, the case. Just better not piss him off by arguing. Good idea. Doesn't look like he thinks you're in a position to correct him on the shit kid issue. How did you know I was here? The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went. I understand. Okay, Garter told you. And people in the street helped us too, with your whereabouts. You're a local legend among drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk. I don't know what voice I gave him like 2 seconds ago. Can this dude take over the voice acting again? I've actually forgotten what I gave you. You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde. Guilty as charged. He exchanges a look with a special consultant. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. It's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on. He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was. Maybe if you hadn't... Okay, I had that coming. Had what coming? Not recognizing people you work with every day? Brain damage? You. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you before. Nods to the female officer. It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither did he, actually. She gestures towards Vikumar. We're just worried. That's right, worried. I'm always worried about you. Every time you don't show up to work, or when you do, but stink. You're a worry fest. Everyone's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal was worried about you. Everyone worries instead of working. It's got a very solid case there, actually. I've been trying to find a good moment to tell you. Oh, you're worried too? Yeah, you often sound like a brutal idiot. So Trant Idleston turns out to be Special Consultant Trant Idleston. Yes, I'm Trant Idleston. I never said I wasn't Trant Idleston. Wait, so what was up with the kid then? Mikhail? Mikhail's my son. Oh, okay, sorry. No problem. Okay, what are you special consulting here? What indeed? He looks at the dilapidated shacks, then you. I was asked to share my take on some more of the obscure theories developed by the Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory. He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on. You mentioned a task force. Yeah, major crimes unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicamer. Ring any bells? Fresh my memory, who else is in this? Fresh your memory? It's goddamn major crimes unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trot fucking Heidelstamm, and Guillaume Bevy. He stares at you. I'm technically just a civilian advisor. Fuck you, you're part of the shit show. Yeah, first who's Guillaume Bevy? Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. He's not smiling. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good, and he left. You lost your faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Trant, as I'm forcing him to stay. I can't do this voice in my current state, so I'm gonna stop. I hope that's alright, guys. Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses? Like you were? See there! Oh god. I may need to stop early. This sucks! He wags his finger at you. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was gonna be funny. And you really did have brain damage. It's not much anymore. He sincerely thought it was gonna be amusing. For both of you. Okay, so what does the unit do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We're shit here now, Harry. Because of you. They're your posse, or what remains of it. Handpicked. Hand lost. The 41st isn't... He trails off, not wishing to finish the sentence. Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal! God damn it, Harry. He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the eye. You told us to fuck off. Said we're cramping your style. Your detective god, fuck everything, all will burn, detect or die. I said all those things. I'm not like that anymore. Sure. He squints at you. You're not a superstar lore official. Talk on the town as your Guillaume the Million reincarnate. I know this shit. Nothing's changed. None of this is ringing any bells. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant! He turns to the blonde. That's where you come in. How bad is it? Well, he doesn't have any visible tremors. He talks without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia and semantic... Meaning you forgot both who you are and definitions of money, Isola, pale, so on. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, he makes air quotes, but also mine... What? Mine with him before? I don't know what that means. When Harry did not seem to know who I was. It was all very interesting. Interesting? Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry? He turns to you. What do you think happened to you? Neurologically? Psychologically? And, why not? Socioeconomically? Wait, socioeconomically? You think I'm so poor I lost my memory? Not when you phrase it like that, but I don't think critical theory, I know everyone thinks it's far-fetched, pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here. What? Lost his memory because of capitalism? No, not like that. I'm talking about Vredefort School here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened? I drank so much I lost my memory and I'm now slowly recovering it. Might have something to do with an anomaly in the church. 2mm hole in the world. Oh god, no one's gonna believe us at all! It actually could be the sadness, because that is a thing, like, sad amnesia exists. And I mean, there is a 2mm hole in the world, but would we then get it back? Are we the one thing that's going to defeat the Pale for some reason? I don't know. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church. A 2mm hole in the world. Corresponding to this 20cm hole in your brain? Sure, this theory has great symmetry, so it folds into itself neatly. Precisely, Satellite Officer Vicomar. It's Martinez. Take this seriously. I suspect there might be something wrong with Martinez. It sounds odd, but I was there. The judge on the coast was shaking from an audio-spatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, it was real. I've even put it in my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage. Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think isolary anthroponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, what has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Commodore Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us. But Detective Vicomar, she interjects, he has blanked out before. Or he has blanked out before. I have? Yes, a couple of times, after some of the more serious benders. She pauses, remembering. One was after the 2 drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural. So you don't remember. So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. Those cases were hard on you. Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea. Yes, practice. And then he used the alcohol to get there, so to speak. What do you mean? Well, here is my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect. Look at the sensory input here. He gestures toward the scenery. Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years as a police detective. It's like a magnetic reader on the world's tape. To borrow a known metaphor, Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market, he nods confidently. He just needed for it to end. Okay, Trant, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in a major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that. He is not a cretin, and he is able to work. Not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective. Leadership. Now. I'm ready to lead again. No one even mentioned that. He looks at you then. Oh, sorry, he looks at you, then at Tron. I misphrased my question. Should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the potty? Or do we need to get him on disability pension? What now? Now nothing. Now we're just gonna stand here. Really? No! Now we discuss that! He points to the water. The fuck did you do to our motor carriage? Why is that there, Harry? Lie. Just bide your time. Ask something, then lie. Hold on. In the ocean? Stolen by Jacob. That wasn't me. It was stolen by traffic hooligans. Drove it into the water. Yeah, fuck it. Hold on. In the ocean? Yes, in the ocean. Under the sea. Our work vehicle with fish and clams and other sea shit. The time had come. Tequila sunset. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing there. I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't. There's no point in lying. The lieutenant wouldn't let me lie. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk. So refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying a 45,000 real piece of police property. It's coming out of everyone's pay slip. Doesn't matter. He exhales to calm his breathing. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge. Wait, my badge? The thing that tells people you're a police officer? Yeah, I got my badge right here. What I do have is this futuristic armor, for fuck's sake, though. In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and your badge slips out of your hand. Oh, God. Hey, not today, badge. That was surprising. I didn't think we'd do that. Just as well, we got it by 1. Did I get the badge? You got it all? You got it all right. You're showing it to him. Victorious. They're seeing the badge. Drama's unnecessary. I got the badge all as well. The man is unimpressed by the piece of plastic in your hand. And your gun, literally holding it, you idiot. As if having your badge and gun are not unnatural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects? Here we go again. Lost gun, trying to terrorize you. Gun. Just repeat gun. No. My gun's right here. Don't present the rifle. Ooh, he has it. And he didn't drop it. He wipes his brow in mock relief. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again. So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then? He's wounded. He looks at you. It's been a long week. But he's handled an actual corpse. No idea what you're smelling. I washed death off me. Nah, fuck it. Let's not say that. Yeah, it's been a bit of a week. Sorry I smell bad. Bit of a week. He squints. You're drunk, and you let a suspect escape. A certain Classier, as you were too drunk to assess her flight risk. We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuragi's. We know. That doesn't matter. None of it does. We are looking at the oxygen holocaust. Times a quadrillion. I have come to know the final fate of man and the universe. No. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave us a vital clue that led us to the island. Oh, well, if she was nice. Rubs his face in frustration. I'm not gonna get into the other suspect who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something. Well, the fact you're Everard Clare's little peon now. Doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 7 people who were gunned down. 7? Oh yeah. 1 or 2 of them were me, right? Oh no, it's the enemies that I'm confusing, yeah. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry! It's a fucking mass murder! He did everything he could. Lieutenant interrupts him. We did everything we could. Look, the company was hired, but the company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. Here comes the cavalry. He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot, survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Yeah, what he said. Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it. He brushes a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs. You've spent a week with him on this case. What's your take? On the case? On Lieutenant Euphrasia Dubois. Well, he pulls up his collar. The drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge, that's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week. See? 1 week. Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, what the fuck? No, I'm not! A Mazovian socioeconomist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer is a little odd. You should yell something. I'm a policeman of the state to come! No, that's not a good idea. Yes, let the big boys talk. Although still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler, as always. He pinches the root of his nose. On the grind. In how he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is vocal about both of them, true. And there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. He breathes in sharply. But despite all of this, he is a great detective. One of the best I've ever seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except for that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out. Yeah, it was what it was. Other than that one time, he did tirelessly worked on the case. And he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species. A new species? A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid. He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling wind. As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered. Hoosiana, whatever the hell that is. Boom shakalaka, motherfucker! So as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective and an absolutely giant communist. No, say nothing. Fucking hell is that? The man cranes his neck, still looking at the photo. Is this somehow connected to the case? Detective? Yeah. I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation. The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange atypical dementia. He fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic. So it is connected. I must say, this, he points to the photo, is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it. Yeah, well, he does make it hard to fire the drunk. His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away. He's a very, very sad man who's just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never. He also started a nightclub in the church. What was that? He cups his ear. The wind blows. Sound like you set up a nightclub in the church. Yeah, I did some kids a solid. Turned their lives around. Four kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. Not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so we put them in there. It's okay. It's not that okay. Get off the subject now. Tell them about the hole in the world. Get a grip. No one cares about your entrepreneurial adventures right now. Okay, good. It says the same thing. Also, the phasmid was female, sorry. The reeds are its nest. Female? What makes you think so? You had to see it. It had subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think. Incredible. Were there eggs in this nest? Not as far as I could see. There were other things though. He turns to you. It's interesting time. Forget about the rest. It had gathered items in its nest. A helmet, a scope, and a passport. Actually, you know, this would indicate that it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They're for attracting mates. Bowers are built by males of species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain colored. I think it was still female. Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. He pauses, turning something over in his head. Must have been robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs. I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis. As in cloning itself? What makes you think so? Observation. Well, then it wouldn't matter if it was male or female. Our would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenic mutation. That makes sense, yes. Very interesting. He looks around, quickly assessing the coast. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here. It had mandibles that looked like hair. It was completely white on the inside. Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown. Little green. On the outside, after unfolding from a single stalk, it retained buds that looked like reed tufts on its limbs. Incredible, he repeats, turning to Vikumar. The PR value of this is exceptional. Cobb discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid? No, that's too much. This would really help with some of the problems we've been having. Absolutely. This is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. He smiles. It's a really good thing you have that photo. Without it, he shakes his head. You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead, or no? The killer, Lilianovich Dross. You have a strong motive for him. Lilianovich. A special consultant raises an eyebrow. A revolutionary matronym. A revolutionary matronym? The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. Revolutionaries saw this as chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. He's Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol. So it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called. Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. He turns to you. You said you have a motive? Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy. I wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. Must have convinced him. He didn't actually care about this, did he? Or did he? No, he didn't. He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years, 70-something? A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by the proximity of the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun matching the bullets found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to. It's a clean win. Oh, it's way more than that. Way more. It'll win me door back. Oh, it's my masterpiece. They'll teach us in cop school. It's more than that. Like a perfect folding mechanism. Like the phasmid. Perfect folding mechanism. He rolls his eyes. Get over yourself, Harry. And still smell the booze on the wind. God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It'll pass. In time. The previous head of the Debradeurs Union was assassinated by our killer. The lieutenant lowers his voice, just a little. This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, where Everard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere. Understood, of course. But a case against Everard would be big. Consultant 2 has lowered his voice. I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality. This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention. And I also fixed the strike situation. We don't want to talk about that. There was also a dead man on the boardwalk. Missing person I found. Yeah, fallen through the gap in the boardwalk. Drunk. How did you know I found him? The body was transported to Precinct 41. Our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of the funeral arrangements and family stuff. You're not the only cop in this world, Harry. This all comes back to us. Still, good work on the missing person, detective. It's still a point for you, no denying it. I confiscated some drugs from Kuno's dad. Who's Kuno? You don't want to know. You're right, I don't. He turns to you. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright, I mean at this point, anything is but the drink. How can I say that I didn't? What the fuck? No one's gonna tell him? I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area. I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. Rue de Saint-Gilane, or whatever. A commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it. Why? It's not what you're supposed to do here. There was a possible witness in there, and it was also close to the crime scene. He was just chasing up a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay. Of course. Call it community outreach, right? Should I leave? And I also fixed the strike situation. How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates. He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep and Everett until the rep came to see that the union desires a war, at which point Mrs. Messier decided to... He shrugs. What? Hand clear the terminal. Ah. I masterminded a solution to an unsolvable problem. Sounds like you got played, Harry, as you were off your tits on Al Ghul. Hey, how do you know about Al Ghul? Doesn't matter how I know about Al Ghul. What matters is you're Everett's PO now. As I said, it's a mob bust. Did you know? Is that why you want us to investigate the assassination of this previous union head thing? To get off Everett's hook? No, it's nothing like that. He was reckless with information, but ethical. We don't owe anyone anything. This allowed us to stabilize things in Martinez. God, calm down, Gene. So what do you say? I want to take this hot shit back. I don't want to. You discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude, anything that ends with a trial is okay with me. You haven't been drinking, she thinks. Maybe this time. Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go. Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go. Wait, I have a few questions before we go. About who I am. Man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket. Who am I? Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. What? Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. She looks around. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe... that does explain a lot. Harry, it explains everything. Running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair, the collection of found sportswear I've amassed, the fact you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and how you're able to perform a 360-degree spin kick too. Oh God, Contact Mike! Of course! Contact Mike! He's been on about Contact Mike again? Detective shakes his head. I hate that guy. Contact Mike is a reprise of the most inspiring sporting principle of open competition. 5,001 rank outsider. In your 20s or late 20s. Really let yourself go since then. He looks you over. Oh, sorry, I said the wrong thing. When was this? Okay, whatever. Oh, you don't say. He arches an eyebrow. Does he also vaults an impossible gulf of finance and privilege? That doesn't even make sense. It is getting cold out. She looks around at the dilapidated fishing village. You said in Coron. I was a gym teacher there. Yeah, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at high school. You're a high school gym teacher. The smell of sweat and glue, the worn floorboards. Coron is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building. High school, Harry. Your goings on with Kuno, Andre, SL, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you're so juvie. His smirk suggests barely contained laughter. Why did I join the RCM then? The regular. Found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are, all that. You, every morning walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries. An incredible hope. An ocean full of hope. Okay, I see now. I know it. I know no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher. Why am I like this? It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. And you're also drunk. And you really went with it too. Really maximized the damage. Some chick, was she called Dora Dubois? Dubois? He shakes his head. It was Dora England, I think. You said her name, but you weren't married. You're engaged. Wait, Dora England? Something like that. Half Vasen. Vasa is where beautiful and impossibly blonde people come from. Thank you, Encyclopedia. So we weren't even married. No one's married anymore. This is Reva show. When was this? God, I don't know. 6 years ago. She was way before my time. 6 years and you haven't gotten over it. The hell is wrong with you? Wow. 6 years? Yeah, well, 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 years, 2 old years equals 1 normal year. And that and Dora England really taught you a new one. A big one. Who was she? Incredibly bangable. Huh? She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wife? I don't know what that means. Wife-fish, something. Like a welkin, basically. Snow welkin. Blonde welkin? Heartbreak welkin. Pain welkin. I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from. Look, she turns to face the sea. The sun's going down. It's time to go home. I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. I'd say which came first. Middle class, chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? He pauses to think. Forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that. In other words, he's heard enough about this. Okay. Am I a dirty cop for working with La Puta de Madre? No. No? Because the suspects seem to think you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you. I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit. He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you, it's not that bad. Yeah, good. Precinct 41. What kind of station is it? Us. We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us. That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price. Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station, and the district is too big. Which is why we need to... He tilts his head northward. Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good. Torsen and McLean? Matt the Torso, Torsen, and Chester McLean. She arches an eyebrow. They're not fit to run a wing, believe me. Things are shaky as it is. They are damn iconic, though. Torsen and McLean! An iconic duo, I take it? Yeah, not like us. 2 clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We're garbage. And the Sea Wing is... God. He sighs. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake. There's also a lot of outside help involved. Not only me. Other losers too. He smiles. He's anything but a loser. Although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way. And Price is... Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM. He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky. Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him some coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May. Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance? So he remembers that. Yeah, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press. Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear. What happened? Why did we need to go there? Our enemies were hiding in a church. To the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up. He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. So I work in the bloody murder station, huh? Alright, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. And all good people work there. Hard. Every day. Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Revachol. Valborg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us. The press will blow over. He says in a reassuring tone, Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You are lucky to have it. Thank you again, Lieutenant. The Phasmid! I need to tell Lena about this ASAP! Who's Lena? She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock, remember? A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid. Tabernacle? It's on the way over, near where you live, on Perdition. She looks at Vicamar. Fine, we're gonna drop you off anyway. She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change. She is going to be over the moon! Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now? Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all this. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain. About what? He pulls up his collar and looks around. The cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses. Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate. Just in traffic, a scrap of newspaper drifts by, carried by the wind. Want to do that at Station 41? Told to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering. No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41. Work with Price? A crooked smile quivers on his lips. I'm flattered, but I don't know if I would fit in. I'm crazy enough, can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss. Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered. The man turns very serious all of a sudden. I would have to tie things up in GRIH first, but I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor. And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant, she says with a smile. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even. I do like the sound of that. He returns a smile. Oh my god, we recruited Kim! I thought he was going to flat out turn it down. He's really considering it. Well, guys, without further ado, I don't think there's anything left. We didn't drink booze, and I am ready. Good. She looks at you, then at Vicamar. Fuck it, let's go. Man points down the street. Sean brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock. Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 souls inside, fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, atop the motorway, to Boogie Street forking into the dark horizon. Dramatic cough, but it was also real. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. That's so much easier to speak now. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes on Rue de Saint-Jérôme. A square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Torsen? Yeah? McLean? Yeah. Heidelstein? No. Vicamar? Yeah. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like he's a bad thing. So you say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. He said no to Heidelstein. Oh, poor guy, although it does seem like he's trying to quit. Understood. Gottlieb returns the list. Minot? Of course. Wonderful. The woman looks north. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now? Disco Elysium. The end. Now, if you are a fan of the channel and you've been around for a long time, and if you're new, I'm going to turn that down. That is extremely loud. There we go. If you are new, please do consider liking, subscribing, do all that amazing stuff. There will be other series that I am sure that you will enjoy coming up on the channel, or already existing on the channel, because I cover a wide variety of shit. But yes, if you are a regular... breathe. Speak. If you are a regular viewer of the channel, you know that I sort of like sum up my experience with the game at the end, do a little review, and just gush about it if I liked it, which I absolutely adored this game. I'm not sure I'm in any kind of fit state to do that right now. My voice is about to stop functioning, but I don't want to leave it here, man. This is my game of 2019. I'm trying to remember what I said was before. I think I said Control was my game of 2019 before this. Or Greedfall, even. But no, it's this. This has been absolutely fucking incredible. I've had such an amazing time with this. I didn't expect half of what happened, the twists and turns. A game has not averted my expectations to this level in such a long time. Potentially ever. I can't think of a single time that this game, that a game has, no, I don't mean possibly ever, but this game has absolutely just twisted my mind more and more every time I play. It's made me want to play more. John Newell, hasn't he? Credited for playing piss, bleep, bleep, bleep. But yes. Oh man, I don't know what to say. This has been such an absolutely incredible experience. I highly recommend everyone plays it. I'm sure you can get an entirely different journey depending on what kind of cop you play as well. Like, I kind of want to do a replay playing as a totally physical cop. But I don't know if I'd be able to live without all my wonderful memory? Like, mental bubbles going off and telling me about things. And I don't know how many clues I missed just from being a physical arsehole. But maybe I would have been able to save more of the Hardy Boys. I don't know, man. I don't know. But the amount of possibility in this game, it's like the most RPG I've played in a very long time. And that is something I really hope continues. I can't wait to see what else comes from ZA/UM. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce the developer's name. Sorry, guys. I can't wait to see what else comes from them. I hope it's more in the same vein. I hope this in some way, influences the RPGs of this year, of 2020. I'm sure, RPGs of this year will have been in development since far, way before Disco Elysium came out and rocked the fucking world. But I hope it really sold well. I don't know how well it sold, but I mean, I'm sure it sold well enough to be the fucking game of the year for so many outlets. And on the Game Awards, win that many awards. Best story, best indie game, best fresh indie game, whatever else they fucking won. It was amazing. I think that's all the credits, by the way. Man, I don't play enough indie games on my channel. I'm used to credits that last like half hour. Mankind, be vigilant. We loved you. I don't know who that's a quote of. Probably a political figure. Hopefully not a controversial one. Don't hate me, everybody. But yeah, this developer team deserves all... Oh man, there's no after credits. Deserves all the praise in the world. I am potentially a little bit disappointed in the ending. Or at least underwhelmed. Because it was absolutely incredible. And then it's just like, let's wander off into the sunset and get in our car and do all that shit. Nothing really happened, nothing changed. We didn't get to see the benefits of everything we'd done. We didn't get to witness the the case all coming to a close. And I think that's very strange. But I can't say I didn't absolutely love this session. Like I said, my favorite game of 2019. It has replaced my game of the year, even though I didn't finish it until after, after the end of the year. Now, I really do need to go now because my voice is... I need to go and rest a little bit and fully recover from my illness. And hopefully tomorrow we will be back in full swing and I'll be able to do whatever again. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me on this series. I know I've been ill for like the entire fucking thing. But I hope it's been just as entertaining as normal. I really do. I hope you've had a lovely, lovely time. Just as I have playing this absolute masterpiece. Please do go play it yourself. Indie developers like this especially need your financial support, please do absolutely go and support this game if this is something you enjoyed. I'd love to know if you got, like, the differences you guys got to me, like the changes in your playthrough, the differences in story. It'd be incredible to find out, because I probably won't be doing another run of this game for a while. I like to just let games sort of settle for a while with me, so I can think about everything. But I will definitely replay this one. I don't always, but I want to know all the differences. But I would also love to know what you guys experienced different than I did. But now my voice is really starting to give up on me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that amazing stuff. Oh god, that was a disappointing amazing, wasn't it? It really does help out both me and the channel. And I will see you in the next one. But for now, this is Strike signing off. Goodbye. Oh fuck, it's the end of a series. Oh god, I didn't do my end of the series outro. Oh. And if you are, how do I do my end of the series outro? I don't know. Oh no, I've gone all hazy because I'm ill. I think, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm smart, I'm a genius. So, if you are new here, please do subscribe. There will be some amazing stuff coming now. There's some amazing stuff going on now. There'll be some amazing stuff fuck me. You know what to do. Subscribe. There's cool stuff on the channel. Alright, piss off now. Love you, bye.